Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Estamos aquí con Jason VanderBherge de For Honor. How are you, Jason?
Hey, good to see you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do in For Honor first?
I am the creative director for Honor, which means that if it sucks, it's my fault.
All right. We
but
have
it
someone to
doesn't
blame.
suck,
Yeah.
so I have this great team.
For what I've seen, it's not gonna happen. You know?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
The game is fun, which is it's exciting. So yeah, it's great.
So there's not a lot of games like it, you know, like. It feels like, from what I saw from gameplay, it feels like it's really focused on like sword fighting and making it challenging, right?
Yeah. Yep. So the game is all about it's about putting a sword in your hand, right?
Yeah.
Like and bringing that inner
For
warrior.
real.
Yeah, for reals. Giving you a new way to fight. It's melee fighters, right? It's melee warriors. And we got this system called the Art of Battle, which is a new way to do melee combat on the controller.
Yeah.
And it's on one hand it's way more accessible and easier to get into. It's really intuitive because it uses like the parts of your brain that are always thinking about combat anyway.
Yeah.
And then it's also deep and lets us do all these different types of characters and stuff.
Yeah. So how did you come up with the idea, like to mix them 3 or 4? How many are there?
The three factions, right? The Knights of Viking Samurai, right?
Like, let's put them together and let them fight it out.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, so this has been a passion of mine. This topic has been a passion for a long time, and when we started working on this project, we started to ask ourselves, who do we want to play as? What kind of warriors could we do, and that sort of stuff. And again and again and again, we would come back to these archetypes because they're sort of the great warrior legacies of history, right? At least from a sort of a Western, sort of European perspective.
No, they are.
Yeah, they're these great ones, right? So that was cool. We're like, okay, maybe we do this thing. And when you say Knights, Viking, Samurai, what? Right?
I want to see that.
That didn't happen, right? So that's cool. The other thing that we discovered along the way is that when I go Knights, Vikings, Samurai, everybody already knows. Like everybody knows which one they are, right? Like it's clear. It's
what's
like,
your team?
Yeah, you know which one. You're like, oh, I'm gonna be I'm a knight, right? Like I know people. I'm like, I look like a Viking.
Clearly,
I know,
clearly samurai here.
But it's like, oh yeah, so right? And I was like, well, what's that about? I think it's because these 3 factions, they actually represent 3 of the great warrior ideals, the values of why you fight. People who take knights, they tend to believe in protection of the weak, and like this defender, role, and sort of the guardian angel idea, right?
Yeah.
People who pick Vikings, they usually believe in like freedom and passion and
give it your all,
like going for it, right? And sort of being true to yourself. And then the people that choose samurai, right? They usually believe in mastery and discipline and like driving for something bigger than yourself. Striving for perfection. Yeah. Even though you'll never get there. But it's a journey,
that
right?
That kind of suffering.
It's what life's about, right? So these 3 great factions, I think they really represent the 3 great reasons to fight.
Right.
And so the game asks you a question, right?
It's an awesome idea.
Why would you fight?
Yeah.
Right. So.
Love it. So how about the dynamics of the game, like the in-game play?
So what we've got is this Art of Battle system, right? So what's happening is that we're in this big battlefield, this epic battlefield we've got multiplayer, we have a big solo campaign, we have dual mode, but they all come down to the same basic experience, right? Which is we're on a battlefield. And I've got my cool elite warrior, and you've got your cool elite warrior. We see each other, we lock on, and now we're circling, right? Now we're doing this, right? And you've got 3 stances, right, left, and top, and I've got 3 stances, right, left, and top, and I'm defending myself and then trying to get an opening, right?
Yeah.
We're circling each other, like testing each other's defenses.
It's
very tactical and thinking about that fight. But I also have to keep an eye around because you've got friends.
Someone can.
You've got buddies, right? Like the whole experience is to put you right in the middle of that authentic, like that medieval battlefield, right? And give you the emotions that you would feel if you were really doing it, which is usually like this adrenaline, the danger, right? And so the focus, and then that intense personal contact. We fight, right?
And it's an exchange.
You get to know the other guy, right? You get to know him. So it's about creating that warrior's experience in a really authentic way.
That's cool. So, what is it? You told me this is like a dream for you and an idea for so long.
Oh man.
How long and why? When did it come to you and how long did it take you to to give it birth?
So this game, first I've been interested in the topic since I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this has just been my thing. So 15 years ago,
Okay.
I joined a dojo actually. I was living in San Francisco at the time, and I took a course in what's called German longsword, which is the style you see our knight characters, the warden, that longsword. You see that character fighting. And the system was so clear and so simple and so elegant, so powerful. I was like, well, what if we took this system, the ideas in this system, and we applied it to a controller?
So you immediately translated it to...
Yeah, I just gave it a shot. I was like, let's just try it out. I was actually just walking home one day, actually, like with my gear. And I'm like, as I'm walking, I start to go, whoa, wait a minute. And then
you can do it.
And then this work, man, right? Like, walking on the street, the crazy, with a sword, right? Like talking to myself.
Normal.
It's quite a scene. So I had this idea, and then for 10 years I pitched it. The answer was always no.
It's not doable. They told you or what?
No, one will buy it. It won't work. It's not interesting. We don't make those kinds of games. Whatever.
But here we are.
And here we are because I pitched it to finally Yannis Malat, who's the general manager at Ubisoft Montreal, and he said no. But exactly. But I have a team I'd like you to meet. So he introduced me to this box team, Stefan Cardan and the rest, and they were excited about the idea. So we joined forces, and now they're my team, and the rest is history. It's been a long.
It all happened.
Yeah, here it is. So
pretty cool.
It's working.
What's your favorite part about it?
My absolute favorite moment, and this one blows me away, is when people sit down, they play it, and they get into it, and they're playing. They get like 30 minutes into it, an hour into it, and then they set the controller down, and they turn around, and they're like,
Really?
that's what it would be like. Like, that's really what, and I'm like, yes, right, that is what it would be like, yes, those are the emotions. For thousands of years, warriors have been fighting for you, right?
Yeah.
Like we got here, we're sitting here in peace, right?
Because
largely,
kind of.
Yeah, but majority. But because those wars were won, right? Like, and all those people in history before the gun, right? They were just fighting with this stuff, and that's how they felt. It was something like that.
It's super immersive, right?
Yes, it's you're connecting with the true sort of universal warrior experience.
Sort of what you said earlier, like about the ideologies and the reasons why we fight. So you put yourself in it, like immediately.
Yeah, drop you right into those warriors, right? Because it's all true. That's why we fight.
It is. I wanted to ask you about like this character called Apollyon.
Yeah.
Who is he, man?
Who is she? So Apollyon is the warlord. So Apollyon is a warlord.
Yeah.
She's a knight, and she is the head of this group called the Blackstone Legion. Okay? The Blackstone Legion is a group of knights in this area called Ashfeld, where the knights and the Vikings and the samurai, where their territories like bump up against each other, right?
Yeah.
And there have been wars. It's been a long period of war, and now maybe we could start to have peace. Like maybe that could happen. Apollyon is pro-war.
Yeah, he doesn't really want.
She believes that the natural state of our species is war, and she's visionary.
Another philosophy.
Yeah, she's a visionary. She believes in predators and prey.
Right.
She believes that there's that you should know which one you are, and you should play your role, right?
Yeah.
And she's got this very powerful group of knights, and so she's setting out to sort of continue the spread of war. In the campaign, you're going to play as knights, Vikings, and samurai in the 3 chapters about that story, right? So she's our great villain. She's come to
the enemy,
bring war to the land.
Right. So she's like the center of the story.
She is the center of the story. Well, she causes a great deal of it. You're the center of the story.
I'm always on the center.
That's right. That's right.
So there's a story mode.
Yeah.
There's also multiplayer mode.
Yes.
So how about them? Like, tell me a little bit about multiplayer.
So in our multiplayer side, we've got 5 modes. We've got Dominion, which is the mode that we've shown the most. It's sort of a 4v4 domination mode of the areas. We've got Team Deathmatch, which is a hell of a lot of fun. We've just introduced our 2 duel modes. We have 1v1 dueling, which is great. We also have a 2v2 mode, right? Then we got another one that's coming up shortly. We'll be sharing with you about. So in all those multiplayer modes are playable against bots. If you like, you can just
practice the way.
Yeah, you can practice that way. You can play with your friends. The whole game is playable in co-op, so you can connect online, play with your friends. It's fantastic. And of course, there'll be full rankings and all the normal stuff. So you can expect to hear more about the rest of those features as the months go on.
I mean, what's better than going to war with a friend? Right? It's like exactly what
we want it back to back, man. Like we got
just
this.
like that.
Let's go. It's a game. Our 4v4 modes are anything that isn't 1v1. Teamwork is so important in these games. In our game, the way that we balanced it, we really wanted to make a game where if you had a team where they had the best fighter in the world, right, and then 3 other people who weren't talking to each other, right, and you have 4 average fighters and they're talking to each other, it's the team that wins, right? Like we wanted to do that, right? But it's actually balanced so that if you're that good,
you can beat everybody.
Maybe.
Well,
in some situations.
you have to have some benefits about being really good, right?
And they're there.
Okay. So when is the game due, or like approximately?
Approximately February 14th.
No pressure, right? It's like,
it's coming.
It's not like I'm anxious about it or anything.
Valentine's Day, 2017, February 14th. I mean, we have co-op.
I know what I'm going to ask for.
It's going to be perfect.
gift.
This is the thing. And it's coming, man. It's on its way.
Well, thanks a lot, man. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Glad. Thanks.
Well, nos vemos en otro momento.